Yeah, I've got a lot right here too. I guess we're going to be long-winded tonight. All right, everybody. This is January 16th, and it is my 16th day of service to public service to the citizens of City of College Park. And I begin my 16-day report with much sorrow. Our College Park Police Department suffered a great loss today. Sergeant Keila Walker was a dedicated member of our College Park PD. She had a heart of gold, and she was truly one of those persons who cared and served from the heart. My prayers and condolences are with the family and the loved ones in our PD, of Sergeant Walker. Gone too soon, but she will never be forgotten. And I ask that you keep our entire PD in your prayers because we are not okay. January 8th, the FOA group, I joined the FOA group, which is the original African Americans who lived in the area which is now known as 6 West. These are people who were displaced due to urban revitalization and airport expansion. And what this group has done, working with our city staff, we've established Price Barbershop and the home that's located next to it on Harvard Avenue as historical landmarks. We're working on that. And we're also working on the placement of historic markers throughout the 6 West area. I began meeting with this group shortly after Black History Month of last year, realizing that it was impossible to find history on the Black community here in the city of College Park, which has been in existence in this city ever since this city was Manchester in the 1890s. And so I want to thank BIDA for removing this property from our 6 West sales roster, and our city staff for working with Ms. Gloria Abdullah and her executive team to assist with making this possible. And I don't want to name a lot of names because I'll leave them out, but we just want to we moved forward with the project. It was an amazing day. We had residents who actually lived here during that time, and they were descendants, actually finding the homes that they lived in, and we're looking forward for the continuation of that project. This past Sunday, January 14th, I attended the Push Arts drop-in celebration to check out their new venue and their arts campus, which is located at 1805 Harvard Avenue. It was an awesome event with live music, small bites, and opportunity to visit some of the businesses that are going to be located in that complex. I'm totally excited to have Push here in College Park, and I look forward to the future, and just that whole vibe is just amazing of what we're going to have here in our city. Yesterday, College Park participated in the Martin Luther King Parade with the city of Jonesboro. Councilors Arnold and Karn and myself rode in a recreation vehicle and had the opportunity to spend time with community members and elected officials from Clayton County municipalities. It was an awesome way to celebrate the champion of nonviolent social justice, none other than Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I want to thank Brian Anderson for coordinating this effort. Also Lance, Michelle, Teresa, Farah, Ron. Ron was amazing. I told Michelle I've got to write a letter about him. He was our driver, and he had so much patience. It's not easy sometimes to deal with elected officials, but he was just a gentleman and just amazing. And all the other recreation staff. We also had our dance team there. In addition, I want to shout out to the new Sergeant Anthony Piniagua and Officer Wyatt from our PD for attending and bringing the jumbo screen to the jumbo digital screen that we have to the parade. College Park was well represented, and it was an amazing event, and I'm looking forward to us doing our own event where we can invite cities in the future. On January 7th, I attended the Wild Hog Supper, which is the beginning of our Georgia legislative session, and they have a dinner, and they kill a pig, and they serve pork, and you met with some of our state leaders and other municipal leaders, and that was a very good experience. I also am excited about my Ward 1 leadership. We have started the persons that I've appointed to boards. Mike Lindsay Mackenzie, who is my BZA board appointee. He was sworn in at the January 8th BZA meeting. Ebony Austin, the owner of Nouveau, who is my Main Street Merchants board appointee, she was elected as the vice president of the Main Street Merchants Association at their January 10th meeting. And Lethea Williams, who is my BIDA board member appointee, was elected secretary-treasurer at the January 11th meeting of BIDA. So I'm excited. Sakina Abernathy was supposed to attend her first Keep College Park Beautiful meeting tonight, but it was rescheduled due to the fact that it had been scheduled on a council meeting night. So we're looking forward to her getting started and all of our board members. Last Friday, January 12th, the City of College Park Police Department held a promotion ceremony, and our future is definitely bright. We had some amazing persons who were promoted. Lieutenant Darden and Lieutenant Goss were promoted to the rank of sergeant. They had been officers. They were sergeants. They were promoted from the rank of sergeant. Chief is looking at me now. They were promoted from being sergeants to lieutenants, and they are amazing men. I've had the opportunity to work with them, and that's why I say our future is bright. Sergeant Snow, Sergeant Porgal-Zelensky, I just always say P. Sergeant Jones and Sergeant Piniag were all promoted from officer to sergeant. And I'm sure that you are familiar with some of these officers. They they're all men of standard. They serve, they protect. I saw Sergeant Piniagua out there in the parking lot today. We just have amazing police officers, and I just want to thank Chief Rogers for her leadership over the department. I'm looking at my major over there as well. We're just grateful for you, all of our majors, all of our police officers and leadership, because you are the ones that keep us safe, and we appreciate you. I met with Dr. Emanuel to discuss the implementation of curbside recycling for our city, residential for the city, and I want to thank him for the presentation that he made during our workshop session today, and for the research that I requested for him to do, and for Francis Kennedy also getting involved, and so we could see how much this would cost and how it could be financed. I found that curbside recycling is something that's important specifically to my residents, but then as I speak to residents throughout the city, it's something that we would definitely like to consider. And I want to thank my council members also who expressed their interest and willingness to see a program such as this to go forth. I'm also concerned about the trees on Rugby and Washington, and I will be reaching out to staff so we can really make sure that we are safe, because we don't want to see what happened in Jonesboro happen here in College Park. So I will be addressing issues such as that. I've also been driving around and identifying and speaking to neighbors to identify some of the streets that we'd like to have paved in Ward 1 under the grant, and those decisions should hopefully be made within the next few days. During the past 2 weeks, I met with several of our department heads, and I will continue to do that for the remainder of the month of January. I want to get to know the roles of the different department heads and how I can partner with them to achieve the goal of making our city the best that it can be. And so that is one of my priorities for the next 4 weeks until February, to really get to know what I'm doing, what my job is, because I'm learning, and I will continue to learn, but also to be able to see how I can work with our staff to partner with them, not to tell them what to do, but to learn. I will be attending a course, myself, and I won't speak for her, but we will be, I might as well say, Councilwoman Arnold and I will be attending the UGA for the new elected officials class in the next few weeks, and I also will be attending the GMA meeting that the mayor mentioned here in Atlanta. We also have our legislative luncheon at the Capitol, which will be held next week, and I will be in attendance at that. I also want to shout out to our public works, our power staff, and our first responders for your hard work and efficiency during the inclement weather that we've been experiencing over these past few weeks. You have been spot on, and I truly appreciate your work. I will begin my office hours sometime in February after my inauguration, and we will also hold our Ward 1 meeting around that time as well. In the meantime, I plan to meet with our community champions to organize our teams, and that meeting will be held tentatively at Club E on January 27th at 10 o'clock in the morning. I also want to remind everyone that if you'd like to get in contact with me prior to those meetings, you can reach out to me at my email, which is jmckenzie@collegeparkga.com, as well as we have our Facebook page, which is One Ward 1. Our website is www.oneward1.com. Instagram, we just started our Instagram page. We launched that a couple of days ago, and that is the word one, Ward, and the number 1. We are getting our email distribution set up. Ask everybody to be patient with me. Councilman Clay has sent out an email to all of the persons on his email distribution asking if you would opt in or actually become, sign up for my email. So as we shift, I just ask that the members of Ward 1 will be patient. You will be receiving correspondence from me, but we also want to get that email distribution together before we send our first correspondence. Finally, I want to strongly encourage members of the community to come to our council meetings or to watch them on our city media with an open mind, and to not rely on hearsay or biased commentaries masked as information and inspiration that are designed to create confusion, division, and unrest in our city regarding the decisions of this council that are being sent to you either by email or posted on any website other than our official College Park City website. What I'm saying is that if you receive stuff even from my website, it's going to be my opinion. But if you want to know the facts, I suggest very strongly that you stick with the city website and that you also look at the meetings yourself. Now, I will post from time to time my opinion on social media and my website, as well as the reasons why I voted as I did on behalf of the greater community of Ward 1 and the city of College Park. But in order to be best informed, one should not rely on even my views alone or anyone else, whether they be a member of this governing body, a neighbor, a friend, or someone outside of our city. But one should rely on and be guided by what you see, what you hear with your own eyes and with your own ears. Every member of this governing body was elected by a majority of the voters in this city to serve and govern in what we believe to be the best interest of the residents and stakeholders of College Park and our employees. And we represent not only those who voted in the last 2 elections, but we represent all 13,000 residents of this city. I, for one, do not take this responsibility lightly. And I may not always be right and get everything right because I am a constant work in progress. And I will not make decisions that please every single person. But know this, at the end of the day, I've exercised wisdom and prayerful thought in my governance, the kind of thought that allows me to sleep peacefully at night and know that I've done my level best daily to represent my constituents. This is day 16, and I've got a lot of days ahead. I love this city, and I'm in this for all of us to win and to thrive together. Let's unite on the wonderful, enormous things that we have in common and shun the egregious temptations to become divided by minuscule deviations designed to separate us and to keep us apart. Let us focus on becoming One Ward 1, and in that, let us press forward to become One College Park. And that's all I have.